Many people love to compare Luke from The Mandalorian to Luke from The Last Jedi. In this video, I'm going to explain how Luke in The Mandalorian was a perfect continuation from Luke from The Last Jedi. But before I continue on with this video, only about 29.5% of my viewers are subscribed to this channel. So if you do end up enjoying this video, consider hitting the subscribe button, and if you don't enjoy the video, then obviously you don't need to subscribe. Anyway, let's continue on with the video. Us Star Wars fans made many comparisons the second we saw Luke show up with his green lightsaber and kick complete ass. Many people like to point to the Rogue One Vader scene as a comparison. People who hated Luke in The Last Jedi point to this scene and say this is how you do Luke Skywalker properly, and how this was the Luke they wished they got in the sequel trilogy. This comment always felt a little weird to me, considering Luke in The Mandalorian is only 28 years old and Luke in The Last Jedi is 53 years old. Since both versions of the character are so far apart from one another, both variations of the character can be correct interpretations of Luke Skywalker. Because popular to contrary belief, people can change over a 25-year time period. But one thing I do know for sure is that both versions of Luke Skywalker would have smashed the like button to this video. Before we look deeper into Luke in The Mandalorian, we need to look at Luke in The Last Jedi. Luke in The Last Jedi is a broken man. He sees himself as a failure and he has the Jedi to blame. He isolates himself from everyone he loves because he does not trust himself to do the right thing. He had one bad instinct, and because of it, Ben Solo turned to the dark side. He talks down to the legend of Luke Skywalker and what he used to represent. He thought that just because he was Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master, that he could solve any problem. Not all problems though can be solved with taking out a laser sword. This is what he meant when he said that to Rey. Could he face down the whole First Order and do a lot of damage? Of course, but that's not what he thinks is appropriate in the moment. After Return of the Jedi, he probably saw himself as the most badass person in the galaxy, and just like in The Mandalorian, he felt he was unstoppable. Luke felt he was destined to bring back the Jedi Order and that he could do no wrong. He was able to turn Darth Vader back to the light side, so of course he could train anyone then. And Luke is not wrong with this mentality. He learned from both Obi-Wan and Yoda, and neither one of those Jedi Masters learned from their mistakes. I think the comparisons between Luke and Ahsoka perfectly resemble this. Ahsoka denies training Grogu because she knows the errors of the Jedi. She knows that you cannot just take a kid away from its parent because of what Anakin went through. She lived through the era of the prequels and knows what mistakes they made. Luke, on the other hand, doesn't know those mistakes. He probably learned to let Jedi love, but he doesn't have the wisdom that Ahsoka does. And this does not mean Luke is stupid or anything. Of course he would think that taking Grogu is what's best for him, but it isn't. Luke thinks he's doing the right thing, but in reality he isn't. This may be one of the many reasons why Luke refused to train Rey. The Jedi way has been to steal babies from their families and train them to become monks. He wants Rey to be something else, something better than a Jedi. This is what a scene with Yoda is all about. Yoda tells him to learn from his failures. That just because the Jedi of the past were failures doesn't mean that he can't show the galaxy what a Jedi should be. When you look at Luke facing down the First Order on Crate compared to what he did in The Mandalorian, they are both proper representations of that version of the character. Luke in The Mandalorian is younger and quick to take out his lightsaber. This doesn't mean that what he did here was bad. He was defending Grogu and the others, so what he did was in the spirit of the Jedi. Luke in The Last Jedi is much older and wiser. Could he have physically gone to Crate and solved it all? Probably, but he has the wisdom to know that he doesn't need to do that. He can save the Resistance without harming a hair on anyone's body. And that's why what he did was the most Jedi thing anyone has done in the history of Star Wars. One version of Luke could solve problems with Jedi skills, and the other could solve problems with knowledge he has gained over 50 years. Luke could have never gained the wisdom he had in The Last Jedi if he was never the way he was in The Mandalorian. These two versions of the characters build perfectly off each other, and that is how The Mandalorian was able to build off The Last Jedi. Thank you everyone for watching another one of my videos. By the way, the inspiration for this video was from a Twitter thread from a person named Alden Diaz. So in the description I put a link to the Twitter thread if you want to see where the inspiration from this video came from. Anyway, I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Don't forget to unite the Claude Squad, and I'll see you guys next time.